Hey, welcome back. This is episode 20 of the Part-Time Players podcast. This is a video game podcast where two pals discuss the week's video game news. Please like and subscribe to the podcast wherever you listen to podcasts. We really appreciate anybody's support. My name is Reese Lagden. I am joined by my co-host, Brad. How you doing today, Brad?
Yig Smish.
Was that German? I don't.
No, it's Borat. Yig Smish. My name is Borat. It's
okay.
Borat.
Okay. I get the reference. It's kind of good time. Yeah.
It's a reference from the early 2000s. So
and on obviously 2 days ago with the new movie coming out.
Is that maybe I introduced myself that way because later on we'll be talking about a certain film.
Oh, okay. So have you seen it? I take it.
No, I haven't. No. Yeah.
Okay. Just say I haven't. Well, I've watched half of it, or maybe 3/4 of it, and then I just kind of turned it off because I don't know. I got a little bit bored, but we'll say that for later then, I suppose.
Yeah. Cool. Yeah. Sweet.
Well, I'm going to.
It would have been good if you got it. It would have been good if you'd got it straight away. Instead, you thought he was German. So,
to be fair, Brad, I think it's on you for such a poor impression. Yeah. Like it was all the listeners would have known straight away, and they'd be going, "Oh, Brad is what a legend." Okay. Well, if any of our listeners will listen to that nonsense and actually believe Brad sound like Borat, then please write in and tell us. No, if we get responses or no emails about it, I presume he's obviously shit.
Well, I'll make sure we get emails and responses. So.
And
do it myself.
Brad people. Anyway, I missed it out last week at the beginning, so I'm going to get it straight off the bat. So we're 25 days away from the PS5 launch here in the UK on the 19th. And for our US listeners, they're 18 days away. Which is that is very close, isn't it? Obviously, one of the news stories we got this week is that they the review units have gone out to reviewers, media, influencers, etc., mostly in the US, but around the world. And like when you said to me a few weeks ago when we spoke about obviously the different release dates, and you said that for that week, are you going to be a little bit jealous or it's going to be a tough week? I feel like now is when it started. Seeing them boxes, I was just had this like, I kind of want mine. Why haven't I got mine? So from now on, it's going to be a little bit.
Have you watched any of the unboxing videos or anything like that?
No. As far as I'm aware, I got one video I watched with one person that had it, which was your favorite, Greg Miller, and he basically said they're embargoed that only can show the box.
Oh, okay.
And I think the only other thing they can show is the controller, because I watched a Push Square where they were trying out the controller and different things. They plugged it into they tried to plug it into an Xbox Series X. They plugged it into a PC. They plugged it into like an Android phone, through Bluetooth and also an iPhone to see if they can get it to work. And they got it to work on Gamepass on an Android phone. So,
really?
DualSense. They were using a DualSense to play Horizon 5. So an Xbox game, which was they thought it was kind of funny to see.
That is interesting. You'd think, you wouldn't think it would work on, that's cross contamination. That's not good.
During COVID times, you know what I mean. They should be more responsible. But I believe there was mask worn and no one was hurt in the film.
Hand sanitizer. So
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
That's what I was going to ask you actually. Like what we've been up to and that. I was going to say, how's it north of the wall? Because I know it's pretty bad up there with the with your tier 3 and all that. And
anybody who's not from the UK, my area, South Yorkshire. I live in Sheffield. Went into tier 3 Friday night, Saturday kind of thing. To be honest with you, it doesn't affect me at all because the things that are closed are bars, casinos. And you can't socialize with people outside your household, and I don't have socialized with anybody, so it makes zero difference to me. The gym stayed open, my barber's is still open, my office is still open, Tesco's is still open. My life is not been affected whatsoever. I just
Okay.
you know, I go for lunch with like people at work. It's kind of like, well, we're in an office together. Why can't we lunch together? But other than that, I don't socialize after work. Yeah, exactly. So it's actually makes no difference to me whatsoever. But
yeah. I know. Yeah, down here in the bright lights of London, we're tier 2, so you know, it's fun times. But yeah, like it's me, it doesn't really affect me either. Like you say, kind of, it's a bit annoying. A few social gatherings have been obviously cancelled because of it, but yeah, what can you do? Not a lot.
I don't know what it's for. I don't know if it's for like because you can't actually control people when they're drunk. So it's like all places where you're just drinking alcohol. You're just trying to limit that because it's probably just difficult to control people from being close. Because I remember a few times. Well, I'm saying a few times. I've only gone out drinking twice since the pandemic, and both times it's kind of like people just mixing, and bouncers were like, "You've got to stay at your table. You're in your different bubbles." But when you're like, you've got two groups of people and you're actually together, it's kind of like, well, you're all social mixing, and then some people going out for cigarettes and then they're coming back, and it's like, it's difficult not to let people socialize. You're out in a social setting, you're drinking, you're having fun, and it's you don't want to be strapped to a table with like a few people. I don't know. It's so yeah, for those reasons, I think that's why all these kind of places have been forced to close. So yeah, unfortunate for them.
Yeah, well, wherever our listeners are and whatever tier you're in, or you know, whatever situation, just stay safe. Stay safe.
Yeah. Well, take responsibility for yourself, and you know, be a big boy. Pull up your socks. That's what I say. And, go outside.
Okay. All right. Well, hard. You go and take in the hardline approach.
Yeah. I think it's important for people to get out and exercise. That's why I was really glad about gyms keeping open, because I think the worst thing for people to do is just to sit indoors, especially for like health and stuff.
Who'd do that? Yeah, who'd just sit indoors?
Exactly.
And does not, lose. I'll tell you who does that. Losers.
Yes, exactly. Losers.
Yeah.
So, not surprisingly, my gym has been really busy to the point that people, I had this like huge guy. He's like a beast. And I was like, there was no benches available. So I had to use one of the benches with like a barbell.
Yeah.
And I wasn't using the barbell. I was just doing my own dumbbell exercise, but I had to I was sitting on the end. And he came over to me and was like, "Are you using it?" And I was like, and I had my AirPods in and like noise cancellation. You couldn't really hear him. And I kind of looked, I was like, massive. I was like, Jesus Christ. What am I using? What?
And then you use that.
Yeah. I was like, no. I'll do one more. Let me. So and so I do these little stretches in front of me. So that's my. I don't know where that was going, but
I don't know where that was going either.
Yeah. Some weird.
Move back onto people staying indoors, losers, like me. I'm one of those people. And to talk about video games,
Well, I got my iPhone now. For those.
Okay.
I got my iPhone 12.
There it is. Yep.
5G.
That's an iPhone. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's an iPhone. Yeah. You'll be shocked at how it looks. It's like spacey. It's a bit like a spaceship. But it's quite funny because me being excited and a bit like any typical man when I get like instructions or whatever. I'm like, I know how to use an iPhone. I'm a bit of an Apple fanboy. Blah blah blah. Don't need to look at any instructions at all. So I set it all up. First of all, I had real troubles because I was running beta software on my other iPhone. So my software I was running was too ahead of the software that is actually out. So I couldn't do like the iCloud transfer. I had to put it back to like September when I was on like 14.1 rather than the 14.2 I'm on now, which I've lost my messages for the last month, which is a little bit of a pain, but it was the most convenient thing I could do. But the most annoying thing is I had no service. And I didn't realize I had to do like this SIM swap thing where you just send a text. I didn't look at any of the wrappings. I just like chuck away, done. I don't need to look at any of this. So I left it a little while. I was thinking, is it going to take a little time? So I thought, you know what, this is just called O2. And I just really annoying lady because clearly I was stupid by looking at simple instructions of how to swap it over. I was kind of like, I got no service. What we're going to do, you need to switch it over. And she was just really patronizing. She's like, you do realize there's instructions there that simply tell you to press this, but don't worry, I'll do it for you. Can you do it? And I was just like, this is just
you're saying she was patronising. I think she's doing the right thing. Put you in your place. You know, the instructions got designed for simpletons like you to follow, and you just didn't bother. So
no, I didn't follow. Yeah, no, it's my own fault. I called up and was like, "Where's my headphone not working?" And yeah, she put me in my place, like you said. So yeah, it's working out.
Her. I hope she's listening. I hope she's a fan of the podcast.
She did start rambling on about two things, and then I just switched off because she was just talking too much. But anyway, my phone is now on 5G because I was quite interested to see the speeds of what I got in. So I did the first speed test on Friday, and I had 39 megabits.
Yeah,
which is like not even faster than my fiber. Then I did one yesterday and it was 45, and I did one this morning. It's 59 now.
Okay.
So it's going up each day. But it just depends on your area. I think there's only like a few probably streets probably in Sheffield that gives you the full, like, I don't know what I'll get, 100, 200 odds or 559, whatever O2 can offer you. Yeah. So give it a couple of years and it'll be like massive. So.
Yeah. You got to remember though, be careful because everyone knows that 5G gives you COVID-19. So remember, keep that in mind. Yeah.
Jesus.
So you've got these fast loading times on your phone, but now you've got a really bad cough and you lost your taste, sense of taste and smell. What's that all about? So yeah,
I don't know what that was about. I had it actually before I got my iPhone, which is even more spookier. And I'm still standing. So.
There you go, sorted. Yeah, we're joking. Reese hasn't really got COVID-19. At least I don't think he has. So
I might do. I don't know. Who knows? Yeah. There's people are still not even sure about a lot of things. So we'll see. Anyway, how's things? Enough about me. How's things with you?
Good. I said last week I had this week off, but it just doesn't feel like I've had a week off because kind of just don't know. I've been busy and. I'm more tired now when I go back to work tomorrow than I was before I finished. So
really?
That's good. I'm glad that's happened. I'm glad that's how it's worked out.
I know.
But, I had to do like some 2 days, Monday and Tuesday. I was doing like this job thing, and then the rest of the week it's just kind of don't know. I completed a game. I did complete a game this week, so that I'll talk about more of that later on as well.
Oh wow, Christ!
All right. But it's busy. Busy.
Yeah, it feels like a busy time. Although I feel like I'm not doing much, I feel like I'm really busy. Like obviously, I've got my calls that I'm doing, which is coming like quite full on now. Obviously, work. Then obviously we got this podcast as well, and all the production stuff behind that, which. Is also work to do, and although you don't think of it as work to do, but there is always like time to like obviously prepare for it. Obviously, this professional production that you're listening to now, guys, takes work.
Exactly, takes out minutes of production, pre-production.
Minutes,
at least minutes, and I don't know. I just keep finding myself like dicking about with cars as well. So that's another annoying thing.
About a lot of things, mate. To be fair.
Yeah, just
talking about thinking about another funny story that happened to me yesterday. I had a tutor session for like with the university. It was like this online class with everybody that's doing the same course as me, and basically just listening to the tutors, blah blah blah, as I do. I was drinking quite a bit of tea and water and stuff. But anyway, I had to pee like during the thing, and obviously I had my mic. I had AirPods on, by the way, so I could walk and still listen. And I had it all muted as I'm peeing. They're like, "Oh, let's test the mics." So they unmuted everybody's mic, and I'm mid peeing. I'm just like, "Oh Christ!"
like a bad comedy film. It's like
honestly, it was like, "Oh, can I actually hear me? My mic actually unmuted now?" And I got back to like my Mac, and it was unmuted. Thankfully, the system that they use, it doesn't like pop up like who is making the sounds or whatever.
Yeah.
So no one would have known it was me, but still, it was still a bit like, for, I don't know how long my pee lasted for. People probably on this other end were thinking,
what is that noise?
Yeah. What's that?
Someone lives near a waterfall. What's going on?
Yeah, exactly. What's going on? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure that is illegal. So you've probably broken a law, and you shouldn't have admitted that on podcast. So
What, peeing in the toilet? Where do you normally pee?
Peeing in front of. I don't know. I was trying to.
Yeah,
trying to make a joke and it didn't really work. So let's just move on.
Really. It fell flat.
Yeah, let's move on. Yeah.
Yeah, should we move on to some video games, some news? Why people actually listening?
Video games, yeah.
People haven't switched off after our 25 minutes of rambling, but
people ain't already left.
Well, we'll go on to the first news story then.
To be fair, though, if people want us, to, if our listeners want us to get into the news quicker and they don't give a shit about our lives and how we're doing, if they just see us as just hear us as voices talking about video games, if they want us to get on with it, let us know. Send us some feedback. Say, listen, stop rambling on for too long. Get on with the news straight away.
I'll say fuck the feedback and let's just ramble.
Just give us some feedback, and then we might listen to it and improve the podcast. But obviously, if more people come out and say we like the rambling, then we'd stick with the rambling. But yeah, feedback. Just give us feedback. Be good.
Yeah, I'll probably ignore it. I have to be honest, but yeah.
We'll make an executive decision off.
Fine, fair enough. I'll be ruled out, and we'll have to take out the rambling. But fine, whatever. Anyway, let's go on to the first news story, which is the PlayStation faceplates, which I'm really quite excited about. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like I like the design now. No, obviously, I know you mentioned this is a possibility, and I was kind of like, oh, really? Is it going to be a possibility? And now it actually is reality. I'm kind of quite like the design that we can now swap and change. Anyway, let's go on with the news story. So PlayStation 5 comes in a sleek two-tone design with the white fins, just not one, obviously, with a black center. Sony hasn't officially announced any plans for other colors or faceplates designs, but third parties have already started selling pre-orders for a handful of faceplates colors and patterns. The site PlayStation 5, which is a fucking fantastic, brilliant name, greatest name of all time.
Kind of really wish we'd have got on board. We'd have thought of this.
Exactly. Well, you said it first, and
I know.
Obviously, we wasn't business minded. We'd had to buy a 3D printer, which I imagine would have been quite expensive.
I can't bother to do that. Actually, I can't. Yeah,
you would have dicked around and just it just wouldn't have happened.
Nah.
So anyway, this PlayStation 5 is offering 5 faceplate designs. So cherry red, indigo blue, chromatic, Django camo, and a limited edition matte black, which I like the way they make the black one, which everybody wants. They call it limited edition. To create even more, obviously, desire. Each is priced at $40 or £35. Including the limited edition version. And obviously the site says they're aiming to ship within 2 weeks of the PS5 launch, obviously to try and get as close to the new console launch as possible. You can also select between the digital edition and obviously the normal edition. It's kind of interesting that this third-party company has jumped on board. What's your thoughts on that? Would you get one? Are you going to pre-order one or what?
I'm not going to pre-order one. I'm looking at them now. I'm not going to pre-order it. I'll wait because I'm not in no big rush. But the matte black one does look really good. Also, the red one as well looks really nice. And I wouldn't have thought it, but the camo one looks quite good as well. Looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have the camo one because then obviously once you put them on it, you ain't going to see it, and you're going to lose it. And I don't want to lose my new PlayStation 5. But I'm not going to pre-order one, but they do look really good, and I will get one down the line. Yeah, definitely. To just spice it. I'll probably just go for black, I reckon, because I just prefer it. I think it's good. But the black one looks really, really nice.
Yeah, no, I agree. I was so close to pre-ordering the black one, and then I kind of thought, wait. The reason why I'm waiting is because surely Sony will announce and release official game versions. I'm sure we're going to get a Spider-Man one, a God of War one, Horizon one. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? These are going to be limited edition, official Sony, going to be almost like collectibles, I would imagine. And I know I'm going to want those ones over just a generic black one. So if it doesn't happen and Sony don't start doing that with the games that they release, then I will probably just get a black one from this site. But I just want to wait to see if there will be a limited edition, because I don't want loads of spare custom like side faceplates
Yeah,
sitting around my apartment. You know what I mean? So
I'm
going to wait.
Yeah, I used to do it for the Xbox 360, like the first generation they brought out of the 360, and I think I had a couple. I definitely had a God of War one. I had a Halo one. I think it was a limited edition. And like you say, yeah, it's good to have because you like swap them out. But then you have got like some in a drawer. That's just knocking about.
Exactly.
And then you don't know what to do with them. But
a little bit of research into this with the PS5 faceplates. You could actually change it on the PS4 as well, like the original PS4, the top bit, which was shiny black. You could apparently change those to different colors. I didn't know that.
Could you?
Yeah, it's actually on the Sony website. Yeah, you could change it to blue, red, white.
Okay.
So that so you had a faceplate change on that as well. I never knew that, but yeah. Apparently.
Was it more difficult to swap them over, or was it literally just popping out? I've got one next to me, but I don't really want to start playing with it.
I don't know. I just was Googling about faceplates, and then it actually got a link to the Sony website, and I was like, okay, strange, is Sony actually doing it for the PS5? And it wasn't. It was actually for the PS4, and it was for the original PS4. And like I said, it was for they just showed loads of different colors for the shiny black bit up the top. So
okay, well, right, listeners, what we're going to do now is I'm going to tear apart my PlayStation 4. Good.
Okay. This is going to be a good listen for those that can't see this.
Yeah, right? they're going to hear all the screws and the tips break. So I don't really see how you. I think you'd have to take the whole top of it off because it definitely don't clip off. So
it might be screws. Yeah, I don't think it was easy, but it was possible.
Okay, cool. So and I don't know if you mentioned the price, $40.
I did $40 and £35.
Yeah, cool. All right, sweet. So we'll both be waiting on that. Right. Let me go on to the next piece of news, which something you brought up last week. Microsoft have hinted that they'll be releasing a media stick for TV, so you can use Game Pass on them as well. So
I think Phil Spencer listens to this podcast. Clearly, he heard me. He heard me talk about it last week, and it was like, "Wow, that is actually a fucking genius idea."
Yeah. He don't even, if he does listen and he takes our ideas, he could promote us. You know what I mean? Come on, Phil.
Phil, if you're listening, I will throw my PlayStation glass out the window, and I will be
Xbox. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah, my PlayStation glass will go out the window.
Yeah, it's So they're gonna. They haven't said this definite, but they have hinted at like I said, release a media stick so you can play on the TV as well as Android tablets, phones, and later on next year, iOS devices via the web browser. Workaround, and it's just like they want to have Game Pass everywhere. You got the console, you got Game Pass. If you're just using it or use on your Android device at the moment, you got Game Pass, and now you don't even have to have a console as long as you've got your Game Pass subscription of Game Pass Ultimate. You can play it on the TV soon. Play it anywhere. They literally want to saturate everywhere with Game Pass. They want it to be on everyone's device. Whatever device you got, they want Game Pass on it.
It's an ecosystem.
It's a pretty good move. Obviously, you need to have like I said, the Game Pass subscription and a controller, an Xbox controller, to be able to play it. But what's an Xbox controller like? £40, I think. 40 odd quid.
I feel like it'd be more. I reckon a Series X controller is more, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Is the PlayStation controller like £60-70? I think so. I would imagine the Series X controller will be similar, like 60, 70.
I was thinking of the old Xbox One controller, but probably if you need an X. So, it's just they're getting everywhere. They've completely changed their, they've just gone in a completely different direction this console generation to anyone else, and time will tell if it has been a success. All these things though, what Microsoft's doing. It's really going to hurt Stadia because, it's just going to, unless you want to play games that are not on Game Pass, it's really put a dent in old Stadia sales.
Yeah, it's an interesting fight because obviously all the technology is still very premature and it's still very early days for all of it. And give it 10, 15 years, I feel like it will be the norm. Cloud gaming will just be the norm. There will be no consoles in anybody's home. Everything will be by the cloud. 5G will be completely rolled out. wherever you are around, like in obviously first world, it'd be like probably 200, 500 megabits wherever you are. So going out and about on your phone or wherever your device is, it makes no difference. You can just stream 4K, 60, whatever, wherever you are. So yeah, it's definitely a future. I think Stadia, obviously Google's got so much money, they'll obviously still be in the race. But yeah, Microsoft definitely, if they do like I said last week, if they do that, they put an app on my Samsung TV, or they bring out a stick that I can plug in, and all I have to do is buy a controller, and then I get Gamepass on my TV on the big screen, and then I get to play their exclusives, as in the Bethesda exclusives.
Exactly.
I will jump in for that. It's the only way you're going to get the PlayStation. Well, you'll get a lot of PlayStation gamers to subscribe for a couple of months, and I will subscribe for a couple of months to play Elder Scrolls, Starfield?
Starfield,
I was going to say Starlight, but that's the boys. And Fallout, of course. So it's a great move.
It's good.
It's what they should do.
Yeah, I probably am going to end up buying an Xbox X Series X anyway. But yeah, this is a good move. Yeah, good move.
You're a real hardcore gamer, aren't you?
I'm a hardcore gamer. Listen, I don't complete every game I play, all right, but when I do, it's mostly a game I don't like. So that's just how I roll. So yeah, cool. Really good innovation. I think they're leading the way for the whole streaming. So yeah, we'll wait and see when it actually gets officially
got
announced.
Luna as well, haven't we? Amazon have also entered the race, which I don't think I covered in the news story when I read it out, but I didn't realize. But they're going to have like channels, a bit like what they got with Prime. Okay. So I think Ubisoft have got their own channel. So you obviously have to subscribe to Luna, and then I think you have to then subscribe to the Ubisoft channel, and then you get the Ubisoft games like day one. I think they call it like Connect Plus, and I think you got it on PC as well. Because my friend was talking about it, like he's going to play Watch Dogs Legion, Valhalla, and all that like day one through Ubisoft Connect for he's going to get a month subscription on like the 29th of October, and obviously because Assassin's Creed comes out in the beginning of November, he's going to get them both in like the same subscription, try them both, and then cancel. And he's just going to play them on his PC. So yeah, it's a good way to try games, but I guess. I don't know if developers or publishers think this is kind of, I don't know. I don't know how they make money, because it's kind of like someone like me would have to buy both games at full price. Yeah. That's £70 each. So that's £140. So
what it is, it's kind of like, you can make a one-off payment for the game for £70 now. But then if you get the subscription, they kind of want people to just let it roll over. Like I got Game Pass, and I was just going to have it I had a trial, and then I was just going to have it for like a couple of months. I've had it for well over a year now, haven't cancelled it. And most of the time I don't even play it, but it's still there. Because I just think, when I had Game Pass, it was $7.99, and I was like, well, whatever, I'll just let it, go. And if they can get people to do that, carry on with the subscription, they're gonna make more money. So I think that's what they want people to do: subscribe and then
forget about it. I'm just thinking of myself, because I don't do that. I unsubscribe and subscribe to things like all the time, just because I try to. Because at one stage, a bit like you, I had so many subscriptions. I was subscribed to everything, and I just thought, why am I paying Netflix, Prime? I like Funimation because I like anime, and then I had all these other subscriptions I can't even think. But it's like, why am I paying for all this? Obviously, I had like Sky and things like that. It's just like, wow, I'm spending so much on like entertainment, and all I'm doing is playing, I don't know, Destiny. I was like, do you know what I mean? It's just like, why am I even paying so much money for all this stuff? So then I was just like canceling things, and then as soon as there's something I want to specifically watch,
you got it on
back. That thing, I just resubscribe. I got my account back, and then unsubscribe again. It's if you remember and you're a bit conscious about things like that, it's such a money saver.
Yeah. See, I'm lazy, so I don't. It took me, 4 months to upgrade to Game Pass Ultimate, even though it was a lot cheaper than the two separate subscriptions I was playing, and it still took me ages to do it. Just, I don't know. Yeah,
it's a couple clicks on the phone. I don't.
I know. I don't know. Yeah. But there you go. I don't know. But yeah, that's what they want people to do, to kind of forget.
Yeah, a lot of people are like that. I think I'm the outlier in those type of things. But yeah. Anyway, news story number 3. If you're finished, I take it you are.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So we kind of covered it at the top. There ain't much more to say about it because I think they're all embargoed. But PlayStation consoles are with media and influencers right now. Yeah, Brad did his little quotation, influencers. Although clearly not all influencers because we didn't get one, unfortunately.
Well, exactly. And I mean, yeah, we're influencers to our dedicated listeners, fan base, you know. We didn't get one. Where's ours? No,
Yeah.
you know.
To be fair, there's some influencers. Like I listen, obviously, I like Apple stuff. I listen to this guy who just talks about Apple products. He's just like a tech guy. Don't get me wrong, he's a tech guy. He sometimes talks about TVs and things. I've never once heard him talk about PlayStation. And I saw him on Twitter. He got one. I was like, he doesn't even cover video games or PlayStation. Why has he got one? He talks about Apple. It's like,
it's
okay.
Subscriber numbers and, you know, so that's how it goes by, isn't it? So, and
but anyway,
we'll buy our own. We'll buy our own, and then we can give honest reviews as well. So you know.
Well, we've already got our pre-orders. So talking about pre-orders, I gave my second pre-order to my brother this week. Updated all the details. So hopefully he's pleased that he's got a PlayStation day one. I don't think he realized how difficult it is or how lucky he is to have one day one. He kind of just thinks, because he was a bit like flippant about, I can just get one the first day. And I was like, you won't get one. And I said, if you want, I can give you mine. He was like, if you want. So I don't think he actually realizes like, he will realize when he gets it, like when none of his friends will have it, because he was an Xbox guy and he's actually switching, which I'm kind of like, the only person I know that actually switched this generation. I know everybody that had a PS4 are getting a PS5. I don't know anybody that's going the other way around.
The other way,
but I've heard a few people that had Xboxes, like obviously current gen, have jumped into PlayStation just because obviously how the exclusives and the platform of PlayStation has really grown during the PS4 era. So power to them.
We've actually got I've got a question about the, might as well do it now.
All right,
about the about the PlayStation. It's again, what are the this is from Nicole, and she emailed us. I don't know. She emailed us on Gmail, and she said, "What are the chances of getting a PlayStation 5 at launch?" She ain't been able to look. By the sounds of it, she hasn't able to get a pre-order. What are the chances of getting one launch day, and what's the best places to go? Because obviously the game shops are going to be full. I don't know. We think we've kind of covered this before, but
I think so. Did we have this question before? I feel like we had this question before.
Well, maybe but it's. I think a lot now. It's getting closer to the day. Some people might be getting a little bit, worried, antsy because they want to get their hands on one, but. It doesn't look like they're going to be having any more pre-orders before launch. So
I don't think there'll be any pre-orders, and I don't think you'll be able to get it from any online stores. I think they're just their stock is done until they get new stock in, which probably won't happen until I imagine they'll get a second wave in before Christmas because that kind of makes sense. But at launch, no, I don't think you'll get another one in November. I think at some point in early December, there'll probably be another wave of not pre-orders, but you'll be able to buy them online again. And there'll only be a few, and then they'll be completely sold out until, I don't know, January, February. Obviously, like you said before, with when you obviously worked in the supermarket and stuff and go into retailers, they'll only have a certain amount available anyway. So you can camp outside, but they're only going to have a certain amount. And I hope they because I remember seeing like posters before on like in front of Game where they said, we're going to have like 10 or we've got 20. So so if you see like 20 people queuing up and you're the 21st, there's no point being the 21st person, just you're wasting your time. So, if you want to be one of the lucky people that stands outside and you happen to get one, then but the chances are so slim now. And eBay, you can buy one off of someone who's going to sell it for extortionate prices on eBay. That's a guaranteed way.
I'd say, don't go down that route though, because it just encourages these people that buy up all the pre-orders and then sell them up at marked up prices. So kind of with you in the same. You kind of having to go to the shops, but people are going to have the same idea. Everyone's going to be out there, like if they're doing like a midnight, if people have got the stock allocated, they're going to be doing probably do like a midnight opening, and then everyone's going to be down there, and it's just luck in it. It's going to be luck of the draw, really. So it's not looking good if you do want to have one for launch day.
Yeah, be interesting experiment. I would, although I've got one, I kind of almost want to see if I could get one like on the day, like in a retailer, like go as like an experiment just to see like where do I go? Do I go to game? Do I go to a supermarket? Where do I go and how can I get one if I can get one? It'd be quite interesting to see if I can go to a shop and see if I can get my hands on a PlayStation 5 box.
Yeah. Well, if Nicole does go and get one, and she does manage to get one, just let us know how you got it, and then, be good.
Yeah, please do. Yeah.
Thanks for the question.
Yeah, thank you. But yeah, just going back to the story, like I said at the beginning of the show, there are embargoes that only show the box at this moment in time. So, like, if you saw it on Twitter, that they were only taking pictures of the box and the delivery guy, and you saw like the box next to like a cat and a dog and a banana and comparison the size of the box to the whatever object they're comparing it to. Yeah, that's the only thing they can show at the moment. They can't show the unit. They can't show anything else. So I'm sure over the next week we're going to get drips of more and more stuff they can show. And I'm sure next week we can we'll share more of the news of what has been shown.
Yeah, no, definitely. When they do like an unboxing video and all that, I watch it because I want to experience it, firsthand when I open mine, and that's.
Oh no, yeah. See, that's where I'm a sucker. I like watching all those things.
No,
like unboxings.
I think unboxing videos are boring. It's like, oh, what have we got? Oh, look, it's a PlayStation. Oh, you get this instruction manual, and it's like, yeah, I know. I'll just wait until I get mine. It's just I don't.
Yeah, I suppose when you put it like that, it does sound lame. But I want to see I don't know. I just like seeing the box. I like to see how it's presented, and then how it's laid out, and then what is the controller and like the cable, like is it USB-C, and I just like to see all that stuff. I want to know what I'm getting.
What I'll do is I will do my own unboxing video when I get mine, and I'll post it to our Instagram account, and then our fans can go and see me doing the unboxing.
Okay. Do an unboxing video for us. For our channel. That's good. Some good content.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. So the next news story is about Ghosts of Tsushima. And there's going to be a raid, and it launches on the 30th of October. So that is Friday. Yes. So obviously you're into your raids because you play like Destiny and whatnot. And you've also played the Ghost of Tsushima multiplayer add-on. You're looking forward to the raid?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. All right. Well then, moving on to the next.
I'm joking. Yes and no. Yes, my character's at 105 or whatever, so I'm at peak. Like I can't do much more in progression. There's nothing more I can do. Me and my friend Christian has been playing it together. We've done everything, including the nightmare story mission. Which we kind of fucked up actually. It's his fault because it was really difficult.
It would be his fault, wouldn't it? Yeah.
No, it was his fault.
He's not here to defend himself.
He fully admits that it's his fault. He fucked up. So, and I guess I fucked up as well for agreeing to do what he said. But basically, you had basically got a level 15 gear, which is like the highest gear you can get in the game by completing this survive. So we thought we'd done it because we did the third part of the story mission. It turns out you had to not only complete it, but you had to do all the side missions as well, or the side objectives. And the side objective that we were missing was just to collect this scroll. And because we finally did it, he was like, "Oh, let's just go. Let's just get it done." And we didn't collect the scroll. And so we did the whole thing finally for the first time, and we didn't even get the gear because he fucked up because he just jumped through the portal because he got scared. So yes, it was his fault, not my fault. Well, and he fully admitted that he was a fucking moron afterwards. So, See,
this is why I don't play games with you online, because you just sound like a horrible person. So,
he was a fool. It was stupid.
Yeah, and the listeners, if the listeners are wondering how far I am on the multiplayer of Ghost of Tsushima Legends, 0. So, still haven't played it. So it's
loser. Yeah, but it's good. The only problem with the raid is that there's no matchmaking like all raids, and obviously I only know him that's playing it. So there's two of us, and you need more people to play. So
this guy will step in to help you out. I'll help you out.
Will
right.
you? Will you?
Yeah, I'll step in.
Yeah. Well, I don't know about that.
I'll try and get in some time this week to get the feel of it, and then
you need to be at least minimum power 100. So you need to basically complete all the content in that game, which is at least a week and a half, 2 weeks worth of playing a lot. And we played a lot, and we've done it. So you got to be fully in or fully out.
Maybe not then. I don't know. Maybe not.
Yeah. I think you need 4 people to do the raid anyway, so you would need another one. So adding you wouldn't solve the problem.
All right, mate. All right, we get the idea. You don't want to play with me. All right, yeah. All right, thanks, mate. Nice.
Well, no, you're the one that never turned up. But talking about raids, talking about Destiny raids. Destiny revealed that obviously their raid, they get a new raid with each expansion, and the new raid for Beyond Light is actually coming out 11 days. So it's the Saturday, so it's the 2 days after the PS5 comes out. Okay. Obviously, the weekend you're going away is the day the raid comes out. It's actually going to be on reset, which is quite nice because the last couple of raids have only come out like the same week. They're like the Friday or the Saturday, because there's resets always a Tuesday in Destiny. So the expansion and whatever it is always comes out on a Tuesday, and they've sometimes made it the same week. So they made it like 3 or 4 days, and like all raids, you've got to be like the highest point of like gear, and the grind to get to that point in like 3 days is so intense. It's almost like takes the enjoyment away from the game. Like you got all this new content, and you've got to smash through it so quickly to get to that level. So it's kind of nice that they're giving people like a full week and another reset, like a week and a half to do it. And so.
Especially as you're going to have a lot more games out then as well, taking up your time. You know what I mean? It's going to be a busy period. So
it is a busy period. So looking forward to that. And I kind of mentioned to one of my friends who plays Destiny with me, another Brad, and I kind of mentioned to him about doing joining in at World's First, which is doing the raid the first day it comes out. And I thought he wouldn't agree to it, but he was like, "Yeah, let's do it and let's get a little team together." So kind of excited. My first kind of involvement in a World's First. It's kind of fun. It's fun stuff. We'll probably stream it as well on Twitch.
Yeah, that side of it, of like raids and getting your party together and doing it all. That does sound fun, and that is the kind of aspects I would like. And I know you have in the past. You've tried to drag me into playing Destiny, and I've just kind of resisted.
Yes.
But I don't know. There's some parts of it like I would like to get into it, and there's other parts where, like you say, before they reset, having to play that much to do it, and it's kind of like, fuck this, I don't want to. So it does sound good, but I just don't think I'm ever gonna be fully on board. Like you're in 100%. You're committed.
Yes.
And
I've been playing since 2017. So yes, and that's the thing you got to think about Destiny. It's like people think you got to just blow it all in like a week or 2 weeks, and which some people do, and they get so fatigued because they've gone so hard with it because there's so much you can do, and it's so like if I've been playing it for years and years, and I think I play it like a lot. There's so many more people that play it so much more than me. I'm so more casual. And if I got my objectives now on the TV, you saw it, there's just pages and pages of things I've just never done. But it's like you can just pick and choose what you want to do, and there's so much content. And although it seems a little bit daunting, it's kind of like you don't need to do it all at once. There's kind of it's a game that you're going to play all year round, and you jump in, you jump out. And once you kind of get to the point where you're kind of around level cap, and you can play with other people, it's kind of that's when the enjoyment comes into Destiny. It's doing raids and things, and it's the best gameplay experiences I've had on the PS4 is playing Destiny raids. It's like the best content, especially when you got like mechanics and you're all communicating and you got all being sync, and then it's the best gameplay I've played on doing anything. And I really like those type of games. Same with Ghost of Legends, is really fun to do it, and Avengers, hopefully once they bring out the raid, will be good as well, which will also be a difficult thing because I imagine no matchmaking will be in that, and it's only me and my friend Christian playing that as well. So it's I like those type of games. And same with like Gotham Knights next year. I can't wait to play that. Like, come on.
I will play that one because obviously I'm going to be, I'm going to be playing the game. I can't really remember. I don't really know when it was I stopped like opted out of playing online. So I used to play on like Team Deathmatch and all that on like the CODs and Halo, and I used to really enjoy it, because you just muck about with your mates and play the game, and it was really fun. But I don't know when I just checked out and was like, no, I don't want to do it anymore.
Yeah, I can't remember what someone called it, but it's kind of like a name where you just play with randos. Like playing with random people online and being in the parties just doesn't exist anymore. And that's why it was kind of like, because people were talking about, off of our news story last week, about PlayStation introducing recordings. And it's kind of like, who actually is in a party with random people these days anyway? You're just with your friends. And are you going to start recording and like, not snitching, but do you know what I mean? You're going to actually report your friends for saying things to you, because there's no one. It's a little bit too late. Like that rule coming in of where you can record people is a little bit late, because no one's in a party with people they don't know anymore. I couldn't tell you the last time I've been in a party with people, just random people I didn't know. Maybe right at the beginning when Destiny first came out.
Yeah.
But since then, I'm in like I said, I play with my friend Brad and with the clan, and I just play with the same people. Or I play with Christian, or I'll play with you, and I'm in a party with friends. Do you know what I mean? You play with different people, and you get to know them, and it's I don't play with anybody I don't know.
I think
so it's completely different.
The last game I played online in a group chat with my mates was Monopoly. So obviously, you imagine there was some pretty heated banter going on in that group. I tell you, so,
I can imagine. Yeah, Jesus Christ, Monopoly. Of all the games,
it was good. That was the lockdown game.
Yeah,
Monopoly was the lockdown game. Yeah,
I'm sure it was fun.
I think they sold loads because it was on sale, and like apparently the sales of it just went through the roof because everyone was just buying it. Like now, my girlfriend, she don't play games, and like her and all her friends, she had like her own dedicated Monopoly group chat, and then like a party chat where they all just went on and played Monopoly, and like she was obsessed with it.
Okay,
I had to set up
it could be fun.
Yeah, I had to set up a separate TV in my room so she could play it while I like watched or played something else, because she was just obsessed with this Monopoly. Okay, and as quickly as it just died out, and then that I don't think that group chat gets spoken. Yeah, I think the group chat's been deleted and everything. So, there you go.
Yeah. It's a bit like Among Us. Have you seen, that's really big on Twitch at the moment. Have you seen that?
Yeah. It kind of come out in 2018 and then it just blew up. And everyone, my niece plays it a lot. She's on her phone constantly playing it. Okay. And she keeps telling me to play it. She's like, you play it and you can talk about your podcast. And I was like, listen, no. So, it's just,
it does look quite fun. I would give it a go. I did watch a Twitch stream with people playing it, and obviously the lying part of it is what I kind of find appealing. Obviously you're in a party, and I feel like you need to be in a video party where people can see your face maybe rather than just audio. I don't know, but it depends on your setup, and obviously streaming and stuff. I can see why it's very popular for streamers.
Yeah, no, definitely. Well, on the Ghost of Tsushima Legends, we've got a little mini topic. So obviously you're a big fan of the Legends add-on. So the little mini topic is what is your best or favorite add-on to a game? So DLC, what have you really enjoyed? I don't know if you want to go first, or do you want me to go first?
Have you got how many have you got? I've got 3 that I really like.
I've got 3 as well.
Okay, we'll take turns then.
Yeah,
I have the same one. You never know.
Yeah,
the first one I've got is Left Behind: The Last of Us.
Okay, yeah.
Which probably needs no introduction if anybody has played the first Last of Us. I feel like we shouldn't do maybe spoilers, but it's basically just a prequel kind of story from The Last of Us, and it's about Ellie, and it's kind of the first time you discover that she's actually a lesbian. And I don't think there's no combat for that. And her story with. Go on, sorry.
I was going to say, it was about that, and how like the events leading up to the first game, wasn't it? So
yes, exactly. So it kind of fleshed out the original game, which is a masterpiece, and the DLC was a masterpiece of storytelling and Naughty Dog at their best, and it was just fantastic. It's just rememberable, just playing it. So that's my first one.
Okay, I haven't played that. I've got it.
Really?
Because I've got them remastered. Yeah, I've never played it. Yeah, never.
Wow, that's quite surprising.
Yeah. That's what I think. We said it before about DLC. I love the idea that there is DLC, but sometimes it comes out. I think you said it comes out so long after the game. You finish the game. You kind of like, I don't know if I can be bothered to go back in.
Yeah,
I know what you mean. That's why Yeah, I've not played Nuka-Cola World add-on for Fallout 3, and I love Fallout 3.
Of course,
No, sorry, Fallout 4. Sorry, Fallout 4. I love Fallout 4, and I've played the other 2 DLCs, but I haven't played that one because it just come out so soon after. So much time after. I just thought I'll go back.
Yeah.
But,
to be fair, I played it on the PS4 when I bought the remastered version, so
okay, yeah,
that's when I played it. But yeah, no, it's fantastic. It reminds me. Although they could have made that into DLC, it shows how things have changed. But know the scenes in Last of Us Part 2 where they have the backflashes with Ellie and Joel going to the museum, all that. Them bits are what Left Behind is, which arguably are some of the best bits in Part 2. I love those scenes.
Definitely, yeah.
Like they are they just pull at your heartstrings because there's the 2 characters you love. That is what Left Behind is, but it's just a separate, isolated. Yeah, it's fantastic. Okay. It's just her and her girlfriend going around a shopping mall, and it's brilliant.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my first one is the original Red Dead Redemption. So it's Undead Nightmare. So I don't know if you've ever played Undead Nightmare, but
that was my second one. So yeah, we'll cross over.
Oh, okay, yeah. So yeah, crossover, yeah. So I didn't really rank these in order. I've just got 3, so this could be second or first one. But yeah, it's just it was like that you finished the game and they brought this out, and it's basically the game and the characters you love, but there's just zombies everywhere, and it's just such a, I don't know, it's so big as well, and it's such a original thing to do. And that's when Rockstar used to do DLC and actually listen to people, and everyone, when number 2 come out, they was like, they're going to do an Undead Nightmare 2, they're going to do it, or, and they just didn't because they're making too much money off Grand Theft Auto Online. So
yeah, and they did
it's
Red Dead Online as well.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's such a good game. I played a lot of it. I never actually finished it, but the bits I did play was just, I know you could go around and you could get the obviously, well, it's been out for a while now, but you can find the Sasquatch, and that when you go to kill the Sasquatch, it's actually quite sad because his family's been killed, and you could get all the different, like the 4 horses of the apocalypse. I'm pretty sure there's a unicorn. I think I never got a unicorn, but you could catch a unicorn and ride that. But just a great original piece of DLC. Who wouldn't want a zombie apocalypse in the West, in a Western? So
I know, you wouldn't have put the 2 together, but it worked so well, and it was fantastic. And I second everything you just said. It was so good. And I know it's very, very slim, and it's probably very hopeful of me thinking it could happen. It's not impossible. They could literally release even like a standalone, maybe on the PS5. Like this is Red Dead Redemption 2 Undead Nightmare. I don't know. It could be separate, like a separate kind of add-on, because they're separating GTA Online now, and obviously they're separating all their kind of things. So I feel like going into the PS5, Xbox Series X, into the next generation, we are going to start to get some more single player. Because I feel like maybe that's why they bought the Dundee team that we spoke about last week, is to offload some of that workload of the online stuff to these other teams, so then the main team can start working on new games.
Yeah.
Hopefully that's what they're kind of planning, because they need to just separate GTA Online. It's a beast. Stone obviously is a moneymaker, so I get why they wouldn't want to stop producing for that. They need to keep going, but you need to put your main people back onto a new game, because it's
story.
It's too long. It's too long.
No, definitely. So what's your next one?
My next one, which maybe go on, sorry.
I was going to say you had Undead Nightmare on there, but give us your
my
give
third
us your last one here.
Yeah, my third one, which maybe not be a popular choice, but I really like the game, was the Force Unleashed DLC. I really like Force Unleashed. It's one of my favorite Star Wars games. I love that game. I played it so many times. And the DLC where you play through the original trilogy, but obviously because you've killed Darth Vader, spoilers, you killed Darth Vader, you guys basically replaced Darth Vader in those scenes.
Okay. Yeah.
And go into Tatooine, and obviously go into Jabba's palace and the scene, and you obviously fight Boba Fett, and then you go to Hoth and you fight Luke Skywalker and things like that. It's and you get to turn Luke Skywalker. I don't know. It was just really fun to play those scenes as like the alternative story to actually what the original trilogy stories were. And even in Force Unleashed 2, although it was a half-baked game, the DLC in that was pretty good. In that Leia becomes a Jedi and you actually fight her on Cloud City. and she has an orange lightsaber and stuff, and then you fight Han and Chewbacca on Endor, and it's really fun.
It's fun.
Game. Yeah, it's just really fun. It's
that's
Star Wars fantasies, which I love.
That's what you want as well, and it kind of like to just to add DLC and add-ons, or just to the game you enjoyed, just to bring like a different element to it and add to it.
Yes.
So that sounds good. I've never played that, but that sounds.
Yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know, because I love that game so much. It was kind of like playing out child fantasy for me, which is a massive Star Wars fan. Always like the Jedi, Sith, and like the powers, but obviously Force Unleashed was about having overtop force powers and things. And I just found that game really fun to play. And adding that to then linking it to the actual story of the original trilogy, and having the characters that you obviously love and know, and you basically replace Darth Vader. And how would the original trilogy films go if Darth Vader was replaced by Starkiller? It was really good, and a fun game to play.
My next one, I'll just put both of them in together.
Sure.
Because I've got they're both from Fallout games. So I've got Point Lookout from Fallout 3 and Far Harbor from Fallout 4.
Sure.
And they're both kind of they both take you away from the Capital Wasteland in 3 and like Boston in 4, and take you to a totally new area. So Far Harbor, you kind of go there, and it's like this little island. And it's just got some really good story arc.
Sure.
You find out more about Nick Valentine, like his origin, where he come from, and who he is, and how he's made, and like the Simps. And you've got like these different factions. You got like the Simps, and you got these people like worship like a nuclear like bomb, like it's on this old submarine. And they're both. I don't know really how long they were. Point Lookout, you go to like this, and again another totally new area, and it's like a swamp, and you got like these hillbilly mutant redneck people, and it's just they're just both like you say, they just add to the game, so you can kind of get new weapons and new quests, and it's just fun. And there's like a vault in Far Harbor. There's like a vault, and it's just all full of robots. Like robots run this vault, and you can again, and one of them, you can, if you go down one story arc, you can kind of decide to blow up the nuclear bomb and kill everyone. If that's what you want to do, it's just fun. Adding the game. I know some people said Fallout 4 was a bit of a buggy mess and they didn't really like it, but I enjoyed the game, and then to have the add-on, Far Harbor add-on, just increased the enjoyability of it, really.
I never played it. I didn't even finish Fallout 4, if I'm honest with you, or finish Fallout 3, I don't think, or played New Vegas. I'm nowhere near as big as Fallout fan as you are. I always jump in because obviously it's a big franchise, and I would like to give it a go, but it's I've never fallen in love with it. But maybe it's just me with RPGs. There's very few RPGs where I can sit here and say, I actually finished that. I can't think of many. So if any at all, actually, I'm trying to think of an RPG that I've actually finished. So good.
But that was my top picks.
Cool. Okay, next news story. Well, I've only got one more, which is a Nintendo one. So do you want to go again with the boost?
Yeah, we've got so we've got here God of War is getting like an update and to add PS5 support, as well as God of War 3. So looks like they're both going to be able to take advantage of the boost mode in the PS5, as well as I think Final Fantasy VII remake is also going to get one. So this is interesting to me because although I've completed God of War, I did want to play it again.
Sure.
And now I'm kind of thinking, well, if I am going to play it again, I'll play it again on a PS5 because it's going to, if they're like the graphics and FPS and it's going to be boosted. It's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be the same experience, but it's going to look better. If you know what I mean? So it's going to be the same but different. So if you know what I mean, I know what you mean. So I'm looking forward to that. I think it'd be good. And God of War 3, I haven't played in years, so it'd be good to.
I've got it. I don't know because I got it because it was on PlayStation Plus, or I bought it.
I think I've got it actually. I might have the disc actually. I think somewhere. But two good games. to give like a visual boost.
Although they're both going to be on the collection anyway, it'd be interesting to know on the PlayStation Plus collection whether or not, if that, say hypothetically, I know this is a rumor about the God of War, but say God of War gets the upgrade, does the one on the collection get the upgrade as well? Or is it just the people that have bought it? Do you know what I mean? Or,
yeah, it's a good point. Yeah,
I don't know if or not the collection is just the PS4 version, or you get this PS5 upgrade version, because it's I don't know. You would think being pro-consumer Sony, they would do that, but obviously Sony are not pro-consumer at all, hence with all the Spider-Man stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if it is locked behind people that actually bought it. Or they re-release it again with the new God of War Ragnarok. If you buy this, you get the remastered version.
You get the remastered
would they do that? Maybe they will. Which kind of ties into... Go on, sorry.
No, go on, sorry, yeah.
Which kind of ties into my answer, which game I want is Horizon Zero Dawn. I want that to get an upgrade, simply because I rebought it again with all the DLC because I wanted to platinum it. It's the only first-party PlayStation game that I kind of wanted to platinum for, which I never actually did. And I kind of did jump back in a little while ago, but because I was playing another game, I can't remember which it was. Ghost? Yeah, it was Ghost. And because the controls are so different, it was kind of like, whoa, this is completely like learning. Like I'm starting the game. I didn't want to jump into that and then jump back to Ghost. So I was like, finish Ghost, do the plat for that, do all that, get all that completed. And then once I kind of get into like mid-October, like what we're in, or end of October now, where we are now, where there's not much, where I'm waiting for the PS5, that's when I can jump back in. But now I'm kind of thinking, with the new game coming out next year and all these obviously rumors about other games getting the upgrade, and obviously Horizon this year got the PC upgrade, it makes so much sense for it to get an upgrade on the PS5. I would be more shocked if it didn't than if it did.
Yeah.
So I'm now kind of a little bit reluctant to start it, because I'm like, I don't want to start it if I could then play it again, but obviously experiencing a lot better version. But then maybe they're going to lock it behind the new game, which, fine, I'm going to buy the new game, but I don't really want to buy an Ultimate Edition to buy the game that I've already got again, just because it's prettier.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I've bought it twice already, so I don't want to buy it 3 times like I did with GTA.
You bought GTA a lot, to be fair. Yeah,
just, 3 times. Yeah, 3 times.
Yeah. Losing. I don't know. To be fair, I bought it twice. I bought it 3 times.
I don't know why you called me a loser.
No, sorry, I didn't. I bought it twice. I had it on a PS3 and then I got it on the PS4. But the PS4 one come in a bundle, so I didn't buy it. So
okay, fine. I thought that there is another game that you have bought multiple times. How many times have you bought Skyrim?
Skyrim, I've bought one for 3 times. Yeah.
Okay, there you go, loser.
Yeah. And I bought The Witcher twice. So I
was close to buying that twice as well.
Fallout 3 I bought twice. Fallout New Vegas I've bought twice. So I bought a few games. BioShock I bought twice. Mass Effect. There's a few games I've bought twice, to be fair.
Yeah. A game that you should buy, although it's going to be on the collection so you can play the PS4 version, but I would probably say try it on the PS5 you'll probably benefit from the graphics, is Control.
Okay,
because you've never played Control. And Control is,
I've never played Control.
Honestly, it's one of the best games of the PS4, like, as a third-party game.
And it's made by the same team from Alan Wake as well. So I really enjoyed Alan Wake.
You 100% like it. I would recommend when the Ultimate Edition comes out, or maybe it'll be on sale or whatever next year, I'm sure. Or you can play on the collection. Like, you can play for free on the collection, just play the PS4 version if you want. But I would honestly play that game again just to see the graphics, because obviously you've got the telepathic kind of powers. Is it telepathic? Telekinetic, sorry.
Telekinetic,
sorry. Where you're obviously moving objects and things. I'm sure the 60 frames 4K, it will look, because there's so many particles going about when you're doing it. It's
really good.
It's a very good game.
Yeah, no, I'll give that a bash. I can't really think of a game I'd want to see boosted. So obviously I want to play God of War again, so that's one of them. I'll television that. And the only other one I could really think of was The Witcher 3, which has already been announced. So they're kind of the 2 I want they've said they're doing them. So I'd like to give them a game. Where I'm going to try and find the time to play The Witcher 3 again, fit that in, I don't know.
Insane.
We'll wait and see.
Maybe Yeah, I feel like a lot of people will jump back into The Witcher 3 when the upgrade. Yeah. I'm kind of intrigued by it, and I might get sucked in. It depends on when it comes out. Well, if it comes out when another big game or new game's coming out, it's got no chance. But if it's coming out in a period where maybe early February or something like that, nothing's about, possibly.
Yeah, you owe it to yourself to play it and get to the end. It's phenomenal, really.
Yeah, and the amount of people that are going to play Cyberpunk again when the upgrade comes next year for the PS5, it's just kind of like...
I think as well, like the sales for The Witcher 3 jumped. I think they actually, like I've read somewhere, like more people was playing it last year, or as early this year when the Witcher TV series come out. More people was playing The Witcher 3 then than in 2015. So you know, when the Witcher season 2 comes out, it might.
Was it December last year when it came out? The Netflix series.
December, yeah. So that's when I bought it on Switch. So
so over the Christmas period, I think, like you said, it came to Switch. It was on sale. I think it was on sale, like a January sale for like PlayStation. And I feel like early February there was like a news story that said there are more people playing it now than they were when it originally came out, which is fucking insane, absolutely insane.
There was a sale on the Nintendo eShop as well, because that's where I bought it, and I had a gift voucher. So I think I actually only ended up paying like a tenner for the game because I had a gift voucher as well. So it was well worth it.
Yeah, totally.
A big meaty game that really tore through my battery on the Switch.
I can imagine. I know you said it was good on the Switch. That's the one type of game I don't want to play on the Switch, because The Witcher for me is like big RPGs, a bit like when I play Elder Scrolls. Although I could easily get Elder Scrolls, well, not easily, but I will be able to play it on my iPhone, or I want to play on a TV. Them type of games, I want to experience it on a big screen, and the Switch just doesn't cut it for them types of games for me.
I did play it on the TV. Obviously, I docked it now and again, but then when I couldn't dock it, then I'll just like take it out, bang, there I am playing it.
What is it docked? So. What's the 720? Is it 10? Is it actually 1080?
I don't know.
Yeah, I imagine they can't even hit 1080. I doubt it.
If I told you...
Hey guys, sorry for that. We had a little bit of technical difficulties there. We kind of froze and we couldn't hear each other. But it was in mid-conversation about... Go on, sorry, what's that?
I was going to say, we think Zoom shit itself. So,
Yeah, or your cat just chewed the wires or something happened.
It might have been.
Yeah, something happened. Someone chewed something. Maybe someone at Zoom, maybe your cat. We don't know.
Yeah.
It's something. But what was we talking about? Oh, yeah, the Switch and The Witcher, 1080p, yeah. I very doubt that it hit it. Maybe it did, but I'm unsure. So we'll go on to the next news story.
Yes.
I just realised I feel like we unevenly gave out news stories this week, because there's two more that you've got to give, and I've only got one.
Yeah, I think you kind of took the least amount and left the rest to me, but it's all right, whatever.
All right, well, people like to listen to your soothing voice, so
they do, yeah.
So
even though I get told my voice can be very boring, so
who told you that? Your girlfriend?
My girlfriend, yeah. So it's just,
I love you, but you've got a very dull voice.
What kind? That's love. That is love.
The problem is such a dull voice. Yeah.
This is just a little quick one. It's just they announced what confirmed what media is going to be on the PlayStation 5. So they've confirmed that Disney Plus, Netflix, Twitch will all be on there. I kind of just assumed it would be, to be fair. I didn't really think, that it wouldn't be. There wouldn't be an app for Netflix and Disney Plus and Twitch and that. So it's kind of like it's good to know, but kind of a non-news story for me.
Yeah, it's kind of like, but if they don't announce it, people then start going, oh, are they going to have Netflix? Because they haven't said they've got Netflix, when obviously they will. It's like, if they don't confirm they've got a power cable in the box, everybody's like, oh, will the PlayStation come with a power cable? Like, I don't know. They just got to give you all the information, just so people don't start spreading rumors that the PlayStation 5 won't have Netflix, so.
Yeah. But that was just a little quick news story there. And then what have we got here now? Should we go on to the Tom Holland picture as Nathan Drake?
Yeah, go for it.
So they're doing the Uncharted movie, as we know, and it's kind of been in development hell. I think it's been going for years. I think back in the day, Mark Wahlberg was connected to it at some point. As
he is. He's in the movie. He's Sully.
Is it? Oh, okay. I remember him saying them saying that he was going to be Nathan Drake. So you'd have had like a Boston Nathan Drake, you know.
Yeah.
But
okay,
yeah. So you got Tom, and the picture we got. There's only one picture, and I don't know. He just looks too young to be Nathan Drake. I don't know if it's. For me, I know we were talking about SB4 on the podcast and we've got different opinions. I don't know if this will be any good because it's a video game movie, but Reese is always the optimist and he's thinking it would be good. So this
not
is
necessarily. I just said after one picture you can't judge it and say it's shit. You said it looks shit. The movie's going to be shit just because there's one picture of him and he looks like Nathan Drake. You saw that picture and you didn't have you didn't know anything that this movie was going to be made, and you saw that and you've played Uncharted. You'll be like, oh, that's Nathan Drake. So he looks like Nathan Drake. And out of all the video game movies that have been made, I'm sure there's a handful of ones which you can say are good. Some people liked. Some people like the Resident Evil ones, maybe. I don't know. Some people might like, I don't know. Obviously, you like the Pokemon one. You said it was good the other week.
The Pokemon one was right. Yeah.
So good. You get some all right ones. I think is the Sonic one received well. I don't know if that was received very well. I'm not sure.
Yeah, after it was, I think it was received well after they like remade it. So I think that one was. And
yeah, the remade, Sonic kind of thing. Yeah,
I watched the Tomb Raider movie, and it was on like
normal
television. It was on the normal television in the UK like a few months ago, and it was on like 7:00, and it was on a Sunday, and I was just we was watching TV. We just had it on, but they cut it. They cut so much stuff out. They cut all like the violence out, and you could tell it was obvious that they was cutting this stuff out, and some of the stuff didn't make sense. And I was like,
really? Okay.
It was a pretty good film, but it was the worst way to watch it because why put a film on that they have to keep cutting stuff out of on that time? I don't really know why. But what I could see of it was that was.
I've never seen that one, to be fair. Generally, well, they got bad press, haven't they? Video game movies like the Mario movie that's coming in a couple of years or whenever it is. That just sounds absolutely like, please, just don't do it. It's just I just don't know how that's going to work. Especially if they make it like live action with Mario in the real world. It's just like, just don't do it. It's like with the Monster Hunter trailer. I don't know if you've seen that. That just looks shocking. Yeah, it's like the US military gets sucked into the Monster Hunter world, and it's just like, why? Yeah. Just don't do it. Where Uncharted kind of makes sense because if you just make it Indiana Jones, but with Nathan Drake, I can see how they can make it work. Don't try and, I don't know. There is a possibility this film could be okay. I'll
give it a go. I don't know if the cinemas be open when it's supposed to be coming out, but it is a prequel. That's why he looks a bit younger. And it could be a good film. So, but like I say, it's been in development for absolutely years. It's kind of like, which brings us on to a little topic: is there any games that you want to see, video games you want to see made into movies?
Yeah, there's a couple that I kind of thought of. Horizon, I thought would be quite interesting as a movie, or even a TV show. I thought that'd be quite cool, seeing the robot dinosaurs on the screen and Aloy and stuff. I think that concept of the of Horizon is really cool. So I'd like to see that. And even Ghost of Tsushima, I'd like to see that as maybe even like as an anime with the Japanese links. I thought that'd be quite cool. Yeah. See it as a cartoon kind of thing. I could see it very much, especially with the legend stuff where it goes a little bit more mystical. I would like to see that as an anime. And can't think of anything else. Maybe Spider-Man. Do you reckon that would be good as a movie? I don't know if it would be very popular though if you you made Spider-Man as a movie. So I don't see how that would work. But
no,
if people would go to watch a Spider-Man movie, then I'm sure they could make that work.
Yeah. Are you doing a bit? Because I don't know if you're doing a bit.
Yeah, I'm aware that there's been like 10 or 11 Spider-Man.
I was like, has he had like some sort of mental break and he don't know what's that there is many Spider-Man films?
Wow. Well, there you go. I guess Reese was right again.
Such straight-faced when you were saying it. I just couldn't read you. I was
seeing how you would react to my just generally saying I think Spider-Man would be a good movie.
And what I did was I just destroyed your joke. So
thank you, appreciate it.
You're welcome. Yeah,
thank you.
Welcome.
Well, I'm sure the listeners appreciate that.
Yeah, well, they know I'm the funny one. So for me, I would have used to say Halo again. That was supposed to be a game that was supposed to be made into a film years ago.
Was it not a TV show?
There was a TV show, like live action TV show that was on. Used to just be on Xbox, so you could get it download it on there. I didn't bother watching it. I mean, it might be on Netflix now. I don't know. But at one point there was a film, and Peter Jackson was attached to it, and I thought it would have been good because I've read the prequel books and that of Halo, and that would have been cool seeing it as a film. Some of the prequel stuff and the Battle of Reach would have been good. But it's kind of games are their own medium, so you kind of don't really need to make them into a film. You know what I mean? You just just leave them. I can't really think of anything else I'd like to see made into a film. I enjoy playing the game, so just stick with that. But maybe I'll give
Halo would be good.
Uncharted to watch,
I suppose, or even all them sci-fi ones. I imagine Mass Effect would be good, and even Destiny would be fantastic. Destiny's basically like Star Wars, but as a video game Star Wars. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. All that stuff with deep lore as well will be be good.
Some of them would suit better to TV series as well, like The Witcher. I think that
RPGs do, like Elder Scrolls would be a good TV show, probably Mass Effect and Destiny. Ones with quite long, in-depth games where there's a lot of lore and there's a lot of in-depth. It's kind of hard to get all that into a movie unless you turn it into a franchise. But obviously, it's got to be popular to actually warrant a more than one movie, so they have to put so much in the first film, which then makes the first film so convoluted and so bad because they're trying to put so much in it. It's kind of it's better off being a TV show. A bit like The Last of Us is a good TV show, and it's probably why what was it, World of Warcraft, that was a movie, wasn't it, a few years ago? Which I think had mixed reception. So
I'm pretty sure that came out in there's two computer video game films coming that year. So you had Assassin's Creed and
I forgot about that.
Warcraft, and those both just kind of crap. So I'll give I'll give Uncharted a go.
And we had Prince of Persia as well. Disney did Prince of Persia, so there's been a few attempts to it, but they just, for some reason or another, they never stuck. I thought we'll get one day. I feel like it's got to be a decent movie. But anyway, anybody that's listening, if you've got any suggestions of what video game that you would like to turn into a movie, or if there's been one that's come out that we've not mentioned that you actually like, then that we've not mentioned. So send us DM us or whatever.
At the moment, it's scheduled to be out in cinemas on the 16th of July, 2021. So
that's happening.
If
the Batman got moved to 2022, then this is going to get moved.
I know.
All 2020 movies have been moved to 2021, so all 2021 movies will be moved to
2022.
So it's coming in 2022.
But that was that news story. And I don't know if it just the is it just the Nintendo news we've got now, I think.
Oh yeah. I was thinking that we got the region, but that's part of the same thing, isn't it?
Okay. One last thing, sorry. There's hints of a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, which isn't surprising seeing how well it done. But Sucker Punch called for put a job posting up and a desire to write stories set in feudal Japan. So it's kind of like a big hint that they're making a sequel. So
which I think is kind of odd. Why is it always like a big secret? Why don't they just say we're working on a sequel? Do you want to come work on Ghost of Tsushima too? I don't know. It's so, like you said, it's so obvious that that's what it is. But it's it will have to stay a secret. We might not be a thing. Just say we're advertising. We're planning to make this game.
Guess what? This game that made like millions. It was really successful. We're making another one.
Shock. So no, it's really good. It'd be interesting how it takes place, whether or not they go to the mainland Japan, which I'd like it to do, or obviously there is a second invasion. And if they do stick to history, I know people always talk about that, what happens historically, but because it is a made up story, it is all fiction. in theory, they don't need to stick to it at all. They can completely make up what happens in the second one. So, but I do hope there is like he starts on the island and he leaves the island. I hope the second one isn't like completely on the island of Tsushima again, and he goes to mainland Japan or Tokyo. So I don't know. Yeah, but it'd be really cool. Yeah, see more buildings and things to climb and be a bit more of the Ghost, be a bit more like Batman. So yeah, it'd be really cool. Can't wait.
Yeah, cool.
Anyway, talking about Japan, Nintendo. So Nintendo, and there's some Fire Emblem news. So for any Fire Emblem fans, some good news. So the very first game in the series, which was called Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light, which is just a very long and horrible name, which came out in the 90s, it was never scheduled for commercial release. It was actually like a test, and that's why it only got released in Japan. It's now planned for a Western release, which is going to be announced for this December. As detailed by Nintendo, Fire Emblem, Shadow Dragon, and the Blade of Light, Jesus Christ, is set to release digitally on the 4th of December and is currently listed at £5.39, which is an odd price. It promises classic gameplay and characters from the original NES version in their 8-bit glory to mark 30 years since the game originally released. That's all well and good, but the description says the game will only be available for a limited time. Nintendo recently announced a similar limited release for Super Mario 3D All-Stars, which can only be purchased from the eShop until the end of March 2021. And sure enough, the limited time period for Shadow Dragon and the Blade of Light also ends on the 31st of March 2021. We've got two parts to this kind of question. We'll say the first one, and you can do the second, Brad, is what is happening on the 1st of April, 2021? Because
they're kind
of a theory of what's happening. Why are these games limited to them then?
Yeah, they keep doing it, don't they? They keep everything's kind of limited release up until like the end of March. I don't know. You kind of think maybe a new console, but you still don't know. And then a new console and all the games you've bought, you ain't going to play no more if you want to get this new console.
Yep.
Or they're just shutting down. They're just going back to making board games. And that's it. They're like, we're out of the computer game video market. Enjoy yourselves.
Yeah, they're not making them much money, are they? They're kind of
no. So I've got a feeling that's my
Animal Crossing was a flop. Mario's a flop. Zelda's a flop.
Switch is flop. Yeah, they're just going to shut down. Done.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, that's my theory. Yeah, no,
they're shutting down. They're shutting down. Okay,
shutting down. Done.
All right, good. I feel like we should do a bet on who's right.
No, I don't think we should do a bet. Actually, no,
you're not that confident with that. Okay. My fear, it could be something really like they're doing nothing. It's literally just it's the financial end of the financial year, and they just want people to buy things before the new start of the 2021 financial year, and it's to do with their stocks. It might be just something really unexciting like that. It's something really simple. But what I think it is, or what I hope it is, in terms of theories, is that Nintendo are going to do their version of Gamepass, which comes out on the 1st of April. And all these games will be transitioned. So all the NES, because obviously, and Nintendo 64, which then obviously the collections will all be a part of one subscription service. Maybe there'll be some Switch games, GameCube games, just like Game Pass, but all the collection of Nintendo stuff, and it'll just be in this one subscription service, and that is what's coming out on the 1st of April. And it makes sense. I feel like out of Xbox and PlayStation, I feel like it makes most sense for Nintendo to have that Game Pass thing with the nostalgia of all their previous
such
games.
A big back catalogue as well. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Some of the most iconic licenses.
You put all the Zeldas on there, and you put Ocarina of Time and these, these classic
Pokemon
games. Exactly, all them games, and you make it into a subscription service. They're going to make some serious money. So it makes absolute sense for them to do it. I'm going to put it out there again. Reese is right. And we'll see if I'm right. But I think this is what's going to happen.
Your shot is a lot better than mine.
More than them closing down. Yeah, I agree.
Mine seems naive, if I'm honest with you.
Stupid.
So
I feel like you're the one that's hit their head. you know. So.
Yeah, no, it's but yeah, no, that would be brilliant. I'd love that. I'd definitely get involved in that, you know, jumping on that.
So would
I've already got the subscription, so I've got like a little back catalogue of the NES and SNES games. If they bring out some GameCube games on there and N64 games, would be brilliant.
I would like Ocarina of Time to be remastered though. I don't really want a pull. I want it to be remastered. A remake, sorry, not a remaster. I'd like them to remake it. It would it'd just be fantastic.
Yeah, that would be really good.
Please remake it, Nintendo. Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah, listen. We know you listen, Nintendo. Can you please, remake it?
Phil Spencer listens to us. Nintendo listens to us.
Yeah.
PlayStation doesn't for some reason.
We're just very popular. What can I say?
Yeah.
No, that'd be a really good.
Evidenced by a lack of review units. So Anyway, part 2. Yeah, do you want me to read it out?
Go on. Yeah, you can go to part 2.
Yeah. So the other mini kind of topic that we want to discuss around that is what other, if any, region exclusive have you played or heard of? Have you got any at all?
I've heard of one, and that was Mario 2, which got released in Japan. And it was never released in the West because it was kind of like, I think they thought it'd be too hard for Western audience. Sorry.
I thought they got said before.
I think we've mentioned it before. So then it did get released over here a few years later, and it was like Mario: The Lost Levels or something like that. Because Mario 2 over here was completely different. Obviously, that was the one where you could pull like vegetables out of the ground and players like Luigi and Toad and all that. So that's the one I've heard. I've not played it. But I'm pretty sure that is actually on the Switch subscription service. So yeah, but it's just Mario but harder. So I just kind of thought I don't really want to play it. If you know what I mean, didn't really appeal to me. So,
cool.
That's the one I've heard of. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I've heard. Yeah, I didn't think of that, but yeah, I've heard of that before. That was thing. I feel like, did you do that on This Day in Gaming? I feel like that was featured because when you said it, I was like, oh,
I think it might have been actually. Yeah. I think it was.
I didn't know any because I couldn't think of any, so I googled. And funny enough, there's this website called kind of Crappy Games, and there was one, and 2 of them have both got a theme. They were region exclusive simply because they were really shit. So the first one is Santa Claus Saves the Earth.
That sounds brilliant.
Yeah, which I'm sure everybody's heard of. It was a 2002 game, obviously Christmas themed. Shocking. It was a platforming video game, and it's basically Santa Claus. A day before Christmas Day, there was an evil elf that basically
was a bastard.
Yeah. Oh no, not he was a fairy, an evil fairy.
Oh, even worse.
Used her magic copper and to send Santa Claus into an enchanted land with only a few hours left till Christmas, and Santa Claus had to make his way back to save Christmas. That's obviously was planned for a global release. He only released it in Europe, and the US release got cancelled. It was on PlayStation and Game Boy Advance, and never made its way to America. So I'm sure everybody or our American friends that are listening to this are very envious that they.
I think they are very jealous.
That they never got to try it out.
I've got like a video up. I'm going to look at some gameplay of it while you read the next one. See what it's.
The next one I got is Charlie's Angels, which was a 2003 video game, was just PS2 and GameCube. Once again, it got they were planned, but it got cancelled due to the game's negative reception.
Was it like a movie tie-in?
Maybe, yeah, possibly. Yeah, the picture of it does look a little bit like the movie that came out around about that time. So why it sucks, the first reason here is the very poor graphics that make Natalie's face look like the Joker's. Which I thought was hilarious.
Yeah.
As the opening being, it's got an impressive AI camera system.
One thing that they'd sort out before release, It's like, she looks a bit like the Joker. Yeah, don't worry about it. No one will know.
Yeah, no one knows. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No one's going to play this game anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he got his Metacritic score was 23.
23.
23, which is wow. So that is pretty much why it got cancelled with its release. He was planning to come to Xbox and Game Boy Advance, but he only ever made it to PS2 and GameCube. And he only made it to Europe as well. It got cancelled. The publisher was Ubisoft as well. It was a Ubisoft game.
Oh wow! Is it like who's like the audience? What audience are they going for the Charlie's Angel game? People who love the film or like the old TV series or something? I don't really know. Like,
I suppose, yeah. I don't know. I just
going for that. It's
strange.
Yeah, looking at the gameplay for this Santa Saves the World, it looks absolutely dreadful. I'm not surprised it got cancelled. It's just and you're like,
what
you're
does it
fighting
remind
some
you
sort
of? What type of game? It's a platformer, right? So
it's a platformer, but it just looks dreadful. And like you're fighting you're throwing snowballs at like warthogs that are carrying flaming like a flaming torch, and I don't really get that, but and like you're in some sort of like factory, and in the background there's like pyramids. It just doesn't make any sense. I don't understand
you have no idea what's going on. It's like a mushroom trip or so. It's just
it's just odd. But
Christ.
I'll stop watching that because it's actually giving me a headache. So it's bad. I'm not surprised that really didn't get a release. Anyone involved in that game should have just been sacked. So
maybe they were. Maybe the studio didn't make it. I'm not sure what happens to that studio. So well, we're in Europe, so I guess we could give it a go.
Have a look on eBay to see how much it is and see how much. Maybe it'll be an upcoming This Day in Gaming Santa Saves the World near Christmas. You never know.
I don't know what the release date is, but we'll save anybody from that pain. But anyway,
yes,
I think that's enough of the mini topics and the news for this week.
Yes. Shall we move on to what we've been playing, watching?
Sure. Yeah.
So
Good. Do you want to go first? Kick off.
Watching. I have watched the Borat film. Watched Borat 2 yesterday.
Sure.
It got released onto Amazon Prime, I think, on Friday.
Yes.
Just kind of come out of nowhere, didn't it? They kind of said like, oh yeah, there's going to be Borat 2. Oh yeah, it's just going to go on Amazon.
Yeah.
So I got my subscription. I thought I'd watch it with my girlfriend. She hadn't seen the first one, and she just didn't really get it. And I think she just got a bit bored of it and kind of stopped watching. But I thought it was really good. I enjoyed it. There's some laugh out loud moments in it, and there's obviously some cringe moments because that's just kind of what the films are.
Yes.
But I really enjoyed it. I can't believe it's 14 years since the other one came out. I can remember going to seeing that at the cinema with my mates.
Sure, yeah.
14 years ago. It's like, wow. But you turned it off. You weren't enjoying it as much?
Yeah, it's okay. Like, don't get me wrong, I did laugh out loud in a few moments, but it's just one of the things that just hasn't dated very well, I think. Yeah. Obviously, everybody knows who he is. Obviously, I don't want to spoil the movie for anybody because it's pretty new, but obviously, he couldn't dress up as Barack around America because everybody in America knows who he is now. It's such a meme of everything. And then there were so many different scenes where he's one-on-one, and it's kind of hard to tell who is actors and who is the public. And
if it's real.
And there were some obviously very cringe moments, obviously with his daughter, and obviously the joke on being, I don't know. Yeah, it's just some things landed and some things didn't. And when it did land, I did laugh out loud, and sometimes I was just like, And it wasn't the fact that I turned it off because I got bored, although it was kind of just like it was getting on, and I just kind of wanted to go to bed. And and I kind of looked at the time, and I was like, there's still like another 40 minutes of this, and it's just, I don't know. And I feel like it had to come out now because of the election, and obviously it's all kind of a lot based is on that as well, on the Republicans and things like that. So it's okay. It's just one of the things that I don't think is dated very well. A bit like, imagine if like Little Britain came on now, which for our American listeners was a sitcom here in the UK on the BBC, and it was very, if you think about it now, very racist and very
I think it's been removed now, isn't it? It's been removed from like streaming services and that. So on the big side, I wouldn't be surprised. But I enjoyed Borat. It was just like I think hour and a half of just just some bit, like I say, some really funny bits. But so I watched that yesterday, and I completed Mafia Definitive Edition. So my copy will be on eBay soon because I don't want to play it again. So yeah, it's yeah, I don't know. It's just obviously I didn't enjoy it. That's why I completed it. I just felt I should just finish it.
Does it get better? Is the story overall in the story? Forget about the gameplay, because the gameplay we agree is dated and it's not very fun.
Yeah,
but as a story, is it
not
good?
Really. It kind of like there's, I don't know. I'll try not to spoil it, the end, but like even like the third from last mission, you're just plodding along doing these missions, and the third from last mission, you're walking around a warehouse looking for some cigars that has diamonds in, and then you've got another like 2 more missions in, and the game's finished. It wasn't really. It just kind of got to like, you know, plodding along. End really. It just didn't ramp up. There was no tension. You know, it's a bit predictable. You could see what was going to happen, and it didn't really get any better. No.
Do you go, obviously, not spoiling for anybody, but most of it is your character telling the story to the Irish cop in the diner? Do you go beyond that, or is it just him telling the story up to that point?
No, you don't. Yeah, you don't go beyond it. Yeah, I
was hoping at one point you kind of stand up and then you play as a character from there on. Do you know what I mean? You continue the story, and that's how his story ends. But
there's some like cutscenes set after that, but the actual gameplay is just. Yeah, it doesn't go. You can't play as him after that. I think at the end there's like a free roam thing where you can go around and find like the hidden foxes and the cars and that.
Oh, there's free roam in the city. Okay.
Yeah, I just can't really. I just can't be bothered. I picked up a few other trophies while I was playing it, but yeah, it's just I just didn't enjoy it really. Just wasn't fun. I know you said you deleted it, so you're not gonna. Or I'll come back to it in the future, but I don't know. Yeah, we were both looking forward to it because we both never played it, and then it just kind of was a bit of a letdown, really, wasn't it?
Like we said in our review, our early impressions. I just feel like they did. I don't know. I'm not a game developer, so I can't say they did all the hard work. But it almost seems like they did do all the hard work. The graphics, the lighting, everything was set for it to be really good. Like the story was decent up to the point that I played up to it. It was just a dated gameplay. I just feel like they just needed to reinvent the gameplay to make it a bit more modern. I don't know. I just don't feel like that would have been the most difficult part of the game to do. I don't know.
Like the melee fighting, you know, it's kind of button combinations. I don't know. Just like you say, it's dated and tired. But finished that, so I can tick that off my list. I can move on from that.
Got anything planned for next, or?
I don't know. I'm going to carry on playing the Long Dark, I think it's called. I downloaded on the Xbox. I'm going to play that. Give that a little bit more of a go. But I was talking to my brother about it, and he said it's a bit crap. So obviously that's put like this little bit of doubt in my mind. But maybe I'll enjoy it.
Sure.
And maybe go on to play a little bit more Days Gone. That's my.
You keep promising that, and
I do keep promising. Yeah, I know. But there's one thing you can. I will break promises. So
don't make the promise in the first place. I don't know why
sorry.
You bring up each week. No one forces you to bring up Days Gone. You bring up every week that you're going to play it, and every week you don't. So
I feel like it should be. I should, but I ain't going to play Days Gone this week. I'm not going to.
Okay. Well, fine.
And if I do next week,
it'll be a nice surprise. Yes. Okay. Yeah. Just don't mention it. Like you said, I deleted Mafia because I just kind of thought, I got other things I'd rather play. Most of the week I was playing Legends. Like I said, I'm up to pretty much level cap on that, and I've run out of content to play. Same with Avengers. I pretty much run out of content to play on that. Although there's a new mission which is quite difficult, which I'm planning to do today actually, because I tried doing it by myself, and it's basically similar missions to what they already had, but they've now added like a countdown timer, so you got to basically complete the mission in a certain amount of time, and you can jump through.
Fun.
It just makes it just more difficult, obviously, and just a pain. But you can jump through like these little portals, and you add like 20 seconds onto your time. So but you just got to try and kill enemies as quick as you can and do the mission, and then keep jumping through portals to add time. So I got that mission to do, but other than that, I've got nothing to play with that.
Do you feel that they're grasping for ideas until they can release like the DLC? Do you think they're like just struggling? Because that to me doesn't sound don't sound, great.
I suppose when I describe it, it's not that fun. But when you're doing it and you're with a team actually playing it, it's a lot. I don't know. It just makes it more of a challenge when you're playing these kind of games. Just added another challenge. But it depends on the loot. Why do you play these games? You play it for the loot. I'm a bit of a collector. I like completing things and I like getting loot. That's why I like Destiny. I like this. I like games where you get loot at the end. If they did this game mode where it's more difficult and then the loot was better than just doing this normal story mission, then it's worthwhile. But when you do these type of things and you just add it and then you get the same loot as doing an easier mission, it then gets like, what is the point? Do you know what I mean? So you got to add something special at the end that makes it worthwhile doing, and then it makes it justifiable that you made this more difficult. I don't know what the loot is that you get at the end of this, but I think it's something better as far as I'm aware. But no, it is a part of it. It's a part of the story of how the Hawkeye stuff is going to come into it.
Okay.
And it's the first story mission that you get from Maria Hill. So it's all linked with the lead up to the Hawkeye stuff. So no, it ain't just a thing that they're just added on. It is kind of progression into the story and a new mission. So it does make sense to where they're going with the DLC. True. But unfortunately, this story mission kind of should have come out a couple of weeks after it got released. But it's been pushed so far back because of the bugs and with the Black Panther stuff being pushed and obviously their development stuff being pushed back. It seems like they've got nothing to do where it should have been a little bit more concentrated,
a little bit more,
closer to the launch. Yeah, so
a roadmap, as they call it, don't they? Yeah, like
they were supposed to do a what do they call them? A war table? Yeah, they are called war tables. They were supposed to do a war table just after launch that gave you the roadmap of like the next 12 months ahead. And obviously we're coming up to November now. We haven't done it. We haven't had that. So I'm sure we will eventually get it at some point, maybe early 2021 or something. But I'm just talking about things I haven't done. I haven't actually spoke about anything. I played a little bit of FIFA, and I was going to play a little bit of Nier because that game is it's really good. Like I said when I did first play it, but when you just kind of I just have no motivation to play it because it's quite a difficult game to play because it's it's not quite like a for software game, but because you've got to be parrying all the time, you've got to be quite conscious of enemies, and it's quick. Like your character's quick, enemies are quick. You've got to be full concentration. You've got to be in the mood to do that. And a lot of the times after work or whatever, I just kind of want a game that I can just kind of listen to a podcast, chill, and just play and just go through the emotions.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and that's kind of why I like Destinies and Avengers because I could just play them games and not even think, not listening to the game. I don't need to listen to any of the dialogue. This is why I can't wait for the picture-in-picture stuff because I get so distracted from things. I like to do two things at once. Either on my iPad or got something going on my phone. I like to listen to something like a podcast or watch a YouTube video and play a game at the same time. Or I'm in a party chat talking to people and playing. It's very rarely I just sit down and play a game and listen to the story.
It has to be properly, grab you and be immersive to that.
Yeah.
That's why I kind of like the Wolfenstein games because it literally was, just turn it on. You don't really have to concentrate that much. You literally just shoot anything that moves. And just fun, fun
gameplay games. Games all about the gameplay. A bit like Doom. Imagine I don't play Doom, but I imagine that would be the same. You put on Doom, you just don't even need to listen to it. You're just playing the game. It's the same as Destiny. Destiny is so fun to play. I don't need to listen to it. It's just play a strike, do this mission, do that mission, and or play Crucible or Gambit or whatever you're playing. But this is why another reason why I like them type of games because you can do more than one thing at once.
Yeah, no, definitely.
I can't wait for the picture-in-picture because that would definitely help with that.
And obviously, the end of the week on the 29th, Watch Dogs Legion gets released. I don't think either of us are intending to pick it up, are we? I know I'm not.
I'm on the fence. If the reviews are really good, I want to, like I said last week, if you pitched this game to me a few years ago, Ubisoft open world game set in a futuristic London, yes, 100%. The one downfall is that I just don't really like Watch Dogs very much. I played the first one. I played the second one. I preferred the first one to the second one, although a lot of people are the other way around. I just didn't like the whole San Francisco setting. I didn't like the character that you play. Anyway, but if it's reviewed really good and people say, no, they improved this and this and this, the switching different characters, because you're switching characters as well, you're kind of taking that away because I didn't like the characters. I didn't like the whole. I don't know. I just didn't really like the second one at all. Where I preferred Aidan Pierce, although he wasn't great. Where you kind of taken that away, and obviously set in London. I really want to like the game. So if it reviews well, I will pick it up. It totally depends on how well it reviews for me.
So we may have an early impression next week then of the game. Yeah.
Are you not the same? If it reviews really well, people say it's really good.
I'm just I don't like. I really didn't like Watch Dogs 1 and Watch Dogs 2. I didn't play, and if this is more of the same, then it's not going to be for me. So I'm not going to. Sure. I'm not even going to.
Even if I say it's not like the other two, because obviously you're basing your opinion on what I've influenced you, because I said one guy said it's like the other Watch Dogs, but if it comes out and people are like, no, it actually isn't.
Yeah,
that not void.
Maybe, but then you kind of got. Like I've got a big backlog I need to play, and then we've got obviously Cyberpunk coming out mid-November. You've got Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Spider-Man, Miles Morales. I'm gonna have so much to play and try and fit in. Do I get Watch Dogs just to add to the pile? It's I don't know.
Are you getting Assassin's Creed?
If it was a toss-up between Assassin's Creed and Watch Dogs, I'd go for Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, no, so would I. But are you getting Assassin's Creed? I didn't think you was getting. I didn't think you got any. I didn't think you was getting any games until like the 19th when the PS5 comes out.
What date is Assassin's Creed getting released?
10th.
10th.
Was it? Yeah, it's the 10th. Yeah, it's on the Xbox. Xbox Series X launch is when it's coming.
If we get a review code, I'll play it, and if they don't, then
that's a no. So you're not played either of them. So right. Cop out.
Cop out, Brad. That's what they call me.
Yep. Anyway.
Yeah.
I may play it. Just depends on how well it reviews.
Okay.
I think. I never say never to any game. If it's good, it's good.
Yeah. You're much more prone to jump in than me. You're in. You're all in, and I'm a little bit more. A bit more cautious and picky.
I think maybe overly cautious. Maybe. Yeah. But
no, then it's games are expensive. You know what I mean? So it's if I had all the unlimited funds to go out and buy every big game that come out and released, I would. But sometimes you'd have to pick and choose.
Oh yeah, of course you got to pick and choose. And more important, more than money for me, which might sound a bit more privileged position, but it's more time commitment for me. Like there's so many things I could be doing, or I need to be doing. The limited time that I get to actually do nothing, which I love video games, but they are a waste of time. Like watching a movie, TV is a waste of time. I would like to play something that's fun and something I really enjoy. So if the reviews come out, which I don't think it will be because this is just ridiculous, but if it comes out and it gets 9s and 10s and it says the game is phenomenal, and it's set in London, yes, I'm in. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. If it reviews spectacularly, everybody's like, wow, this game is unbelievable. This could be game of the year, rivals Cyberpunk. Yeah. You're telling me you're like, nah. Reset in April, it plays that. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on. That's what I'm saying. If it reviews really well to the point where it's, because I'm on the fence because I don't think it's going to be very good. And I think it's going to be like the other Watch Dogs and it's just going to be an average game. And if it is just an average game, I'm happy to skip it and wait for Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of was on the fence with that. I wasn't on the fence. I was going to get it, but I wasn't sure if I wanted to get it at launch. But because I watched a few more gameplay trailers of the settlement and stuff like that, I'm kind of like, I really like Assassin's Creed anyway. I get every one. I'm like, I kind of got to get that now. Which is a little bit of a problem because it's the day Beyond Light comes out and I kind of need to play that too. So, I'm going to be very busy from that, the 10th onwards. And then obviously the 19th is when PlayStation 5 and then Spider-Man, Cyberpunk. And obviously because we're doing our podcast, I will have to stop playing them other games and play those to discuss on the podcast. And then that Saturday, I'm then doing World's First. So Destiny, I've got to be ready for that. So, Plus, I've got
you're going to be
very busy with gaming. Plus,
you got a course, a job, life. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just kind of,
Life is over. Life is, life is done. Yeah,
But,
come to the end of my
see.
20s now, so it's over.
Don't worry about it. Life again. It starts getting really good when you hit your 30s. That's when it really.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Take it from this guy.
Living the dream now.
Yeah, look at me. Do you not want to be like me?
I know you've got a cat in your bed. That's every man's dream. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean?
I was going to do another procedure, but I thought I restrained myself. People.
Good. He's learning.
I'm learning. Tasteful. It's a tasteful family podcast.
Talking about games that I would buy straight away, and a game I did go in straight away. So now we're coming on to this week's List A in Gaming, and it's a big one. It's a big game. So
Massive,
on the 26th of October, on the 26th of October 2018, a little game got released called Red Dead Redemption 2.
And it's God of War.
No, that came out in like April, didn't it? No, yeah. So Red Dead Redemption 2
you're right,
come out in October 26, 2018, and it is one of the best games I've ever played. I know you have different opinions, but the protagonist you play as is just one of the best protagonists you play as.
Awful.
And
awful hypocrite.
I just think it's just you annoy me. It's an amazing game. It's so much fun. That is one game where you're talking on about, you do other stuff like, while you're watching or while you're playing a game. I did nothing. I was just immersed, and I was just watching it, playing it. Sorry, I was 100% committed, and it's just such an amazing game. We had to wait 8 years for the sequel, but it was worth the wait. It was such a I loved it. I loved every minute of it. The only one bad side, I'd say the controls could be a little bit, confusing. The amount of times I went to talk to someone or get on my horse and ended up putting a gun on someone and shooting them.
I don't know. So that's what I was going to say about the game was fun. There's so many times where I just didn't enjoy playing the game at all.
The story, and I know you say Arthur Morgan's a hypocrite. He's not really. It's his journey. It's his journey from thinking that the gang, everything they do is right. And then it slowly dawns on him that no, it isn't. It isn't.
While still doing the things,
because he was committed to. That was his family. He's committed to them. But then it's only at the end when he realised that Dutch and Michael and they were horrible people, and that's when he changed. That's why he got the money for John and got.
It's only because he was dying
to go out with Abby and no, he gave the money to Abby before he's dying. Like, well, he knew he's dying, but. He had like I don't know, you could say like a deathbed repentance, but I don't think he was a hypocrite. I think he was one of the best. I think he's a better protagonist than John Marston was. Brilliant. Just really, it's a fantastic game, and it scored 97 on Metacritic, so that is that is one of the it's just
I'm going to sound like a hypocrite. Yeah, it's a masterpiece, but a masterpiece that I just didn't really enjoy.
Yeah, and then that's the thing. Yeah, exactly. Some people, love it like me, and other people who thought it might be overrated. And like you love Last of Us 2, I don't. That's it.
Can you admit that it's a masterpiece?
No, like the story in that isn't a masterpiece.
It's more of a masterpiece than Red Dead.
No, it's not. Oh, how can
you
say that?
Given the perspective of someone on the other side, if it was a movie, if you watched it as a film and you saw the other side, so you fall in love with these two characters and Joel obviously, and then it turns out that Joel is actually, and Ellie are actually the bad guys, and that Abby's quest to get revenge on them is more noble than their quest. Of course it is. He killed her dad. Killed her dad. Sorry, spoilers completely there, people. But he kills her dad. I feel that her quest to kill Joel is more noble, and to actually try and make you play as her and understand her side is such an interesting thing for a video game to do, to see the other perspective. No video game has ever done it, and the storytelling is phenomenal.
And it split the fan base. It just completely, everyone went from loving the game to everyone. And half of them are like, no, fuck this game now. It's just shit. And it is shit. She's not noble. She's not like trying to get.
She killed her dad.
Ellie, when Ellie stabbed that woman who's pregnant and killed her, she's so guilty and she was crushed by it. And she's like, I've said this before, she couldn't believe what she did. It was an accident. But then Abby was quite happy to slit Eddie's girlfriend's throat, and
Did
she knew she
did she do it though? Did she do it?
Only because the kid walked in. That's literally the only reason why she didn't do it. So,
but Ellie did do it.
I've got to, yeah, but it doesn't. Like I just said, it was an accident. I've got to stop talking about Last of Us 2. It actually makes my blood boil. So, basically, what we're going to get to is Red Dead Redemption 2's masterpiece, and yeah,
they're both masterpieces. And the fact that you feel that kind of emotion shows how good the story is. Poor storytelling doesn't make people feel emotions because it's poor. So you kind of your own feelings are kind of contradicting your opinion. Anyway, moving on because we obviously.
Well, that's the good thing about video games. Everyone has an opinion. I love Red Dead Redemption.
Everything, everybody, all media. You're gonna have an opinion. Some person might like a certain song, movie, TV show, book, video game. It's all the same thing. I think some things that are objectively poor, bad, are just bad, like the Santa Claus thing. We can agree that is just bad. You can't say the same thing about Last of Us Part 2 just because you don't like the choices. It's subjectively good. So anyway, let's move on. We'll agree to disagree. I find the story choices in Red Dead Redemption poor, personally, but I get the story it was telling. The redemption arc makes sense. I just don't like some of the choices where, what's his name again? It's not John, is it? There's in the first one. What's his
Arthur
name?
Morgan.
Arthur Morgan. Yeah, sorry. Just he's the way he is with obviously Dutch and all that stuff, like where he goes back to the camp and he's like pally with him, and then he's all suddenly the switch where he turns and all of a sudden he's not on board with what they're doing. He's kind of questioning, but at the same time, your side missions that you're doing are so bad and evil. I'm kind of like, it doesn't make sense. They needed to take those side missions out where you're taking this poor widow's like money where she's going to starve, and you then later see that they're dead. It didn't make sense to his arc. They needed to take those side missions out where he was actually like secretly giving them some money maybe, and then taking some back, and then you did like a job where you got the money out doing something else. So Dutch didn't actually and that you actually was being a good guy because that's your redemption arc. Him doing them kind of side missions where you're robbing and taking money for people and then going back and going, oh, you assholes, why are we doing this? It's so bad. It just didn't, it was contradictory. That's why I'm saying he was contradictory. And
it was.
No? Did you not agree with that?
There was. We know you've said before you got the worst possible ending, so you was playing the game as
I didn't know that until the end, obviously. But yeah,
so you was playing the game as a bit of a not nice person. Well, I got the best ending. I got the ending
because I rushed it. I got halfway through and I was like, I've got to get to the end of this. I just don't want to play it anymore.
That suited my gameplay. So yeah, there was obviously ways of playing the game and as well. So yeah, I love the game. I thought it was it's one of my favorite games of all time, up there with Last of Us 1. But yeah, it's got that was it. That was this week's This Day in Gaming. It got heated, guys.
I know it did. Full debate.
It got heated. Yeah, it got heated in here. So
this day and age, you can't have discussions, can you, or debates? But no, I feel like it was a healthy debate. Good,
exactly. We both respect each other's opinions. Like you say, not a lot of that happens these days. So but
Christ, we filled 2 hours, which I didn't think was possible this week.
No, we was thinking we was texting each other, struggling what we was going to talk about.
Yeah, we didn't think we could even fill an hour. We somehow managed to ramble on for 2 hours. Never underestimate the power of our rambling. So it's kind of a lesson learned this week. And the power.
And like we said, if we would love some feedback and topic suggestions. If you guys have a certain topic you want to listen to, we can look at them, give them consideration. And if you feedback on like the episode lengths, if you want to let us know if you that you like long podcasts or short or whatnot, just let us know. You can get in touch with us for our social medias. So Twitter is at PTPlayerspod. We've got Instagram, which is PTPlayerspod as well. Facebook is the Part-Time Players Podcast, and Gmail is PTPlayerspod@gmail.com. Any of them, DM us, send us an email, let us know your feedback and questions, and it'd be great to hear from you all, our listenership.
Yeah, I think that's a good segue on to social media, Brad. So you're the social media director.
Yeah.
whatever. So do you want to tell the guys where they can DM us with those questions?
I literally just did.
Did you really?
Yeah, I just read.
I wasn't listening.
Yeah. See, guys, that's why I'm in charge of social media, because this guy, he's not even listening.
No, I wasn't. I saw something outside my window. I kind of got distracted. So I kind of...
He saw a pigeon and he was just staring at a pigeon like, oh, it's a nice pigeon. Oh, yeah. What are all that pigeons doing? Yeah. But yeah, no, I've told our listeners where they can get in touch, and like and subscribe on any platform you do download the podcast from. That'd also be great.
Cool, nice. All right. Yeah. Anyway, until next week, episode 21.
21. Yeah.
Wow, big podcast now. All right. Until next week. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.